A few years ago, I wanted to start just getting a little bit more exercise, being out in nature more. I started walking along the beach. I live across the road from the beach. I'm very grateful to live where I live. And I started walking up and down the beach each day, and I'd go for my little walk. And I started doing a lot too. I had a car accident a few years ago, and because of that, well, quite a few years ago, sort of 10, 13 years ago, and because of that, my neck can often seize up. And so about once a year, I would have a really major seize where I can't move. It's sort of pointless trying. And so I'd walk each day, and because of these seizures, I started stretching and being a little bit more aware of my body. I've got a big misalignment in my neck and different things. And so I'd go for my walks, and then my walks started to become stretching whilst I was walking. And I'm like, oh, this is nice. Started to embody the two together. And then I was also, just in such a great space. I started coming into this really true space of myself and enjoying being me, which I hadn't for a long time. And I started feeling so happy, and so I started skipping when I was walking, and I would be skipping along instead of walking and instead of stretching. And then that turned into dance. And so now I'll dance along the beach. And if I'd set my goal and stayed to my goal of, I'm just going to go for a walk on the beach, it would have never evolved. But my intention was to be present to nature, to feel good in my body, to feel comfortable and confident in myself. And that allowed me to go on this progressive journey, not through choice or through, I must do this and I must do that, but just through evolution of, oh, wow, this feels really good and this feels really good. And it allowed me to sort of come into that space in my body and in myself where it was so much more than I expected. The sort of release and the expression of self and the confidence in self and the happiness and the joy, like literally I'd be walking around I'd just be skipping everywhere. But to know, there's no way I would have danced on the beach years ago, and it became so much more than I ever anticipated. And so don't restrict yourselves to sort of limited goals, or it's got to be this or it's got to be that, because that really can slow you down.
To dive deep within my own mind and to trust the intuition.